This lesson is all about food. So you've got some food categories, how we talk about foods that you can't count, what foods you like and dislike. There's some pronunciation, you'll learn some expressions. There's a shopping role play, and you get to talk about your food and drink habits. And there's also a board game if you're doing this lesson with a group. So first, can you have a look at these categories and write a list of foods that fit in each one? So for vegetables, list as many vegetables as possible, at least 5. Now have a look at the worksheet, and we've got countable nouns. So have a look at all the different foods and put them into the different categories. So have a look at the categories and put the food and drink into those categories. And then there's 12 sentences for you to practice. So just fill in the gaps with the different countable nouns from the first activity. So now have a look at the food from the first activity, and can you put that into the different columns for the food that you like and don't like? You can also add any other food. So if you've got a favourite food that's not included in that list at the top, then you can write that down as well. And you'll talk about this during your lesson. Number 3 is rhyming pairs. So the English spelling system is very confusing. We don't sound out each letter. So can you have a look at the words on the left-hand side and match them together with the word that sounds similar on the right-hand side? For example, prawn, yawn, cereal, and then find the word that sounds like cereal, and then do number 3 down to number 10. And then during your lesson, you'll get to say them out loud and see how words can sound similar even if they're spelt completely differently. Number 4 is expressions or idioms. So each one is a food-related expression. Can you match them together with the correct definition? And then can you think about how you would use them in conversation? Then you've got a typical shop conversation. So can you rearrange the words to make the conversation? And then listen to this to see if you're right.
Good morning.
Good morning. A kilo of potatoes, please.
Here you go. Anything else?
Yeah, I'll have a bunch of bananas, please.
Okay, there you are. Anything else?
That's all, thanks.
Okay, that'll be £3.40, please.
Here you are, thanks.
Okay, thank you, bye.
You can rewind the video and listen to that again if you need to. And then you've got a shopping role play that you'll do during your lesson where you'll need to complete that table with the price, but you'll do that with your teacher, so you don't need to worry about that now. Can you have a look at these typical British food dishes and complete the gaps with the correct preposition? And you can also listen to this to help you complete it.
Toad in the hole is sausages baked in a Yorkshire pudding batter. The finished meal looks a little like several toads submerged in mud.
Coleslaw is shredded raw cabbage and carrot dressed in mayonnaise.
Flapjack is a baked treat made mainly with oats. Extra ingredients such as chocolate, dried fruit, and nuts are sometimes added.
Eton mess is a traditional English dessert consisting of a mixture of raspberries, pieces of meringue, and cream.
Bubble and squeak is a meal made from leftover cabbage and potato, usually from a Sunday roast. It is made by mashing either roast or boiled potatoes into the cold cooked cabbage and then frying the mixture in a shallow pan.
Black pudding is made from a mixture of congealed pig's blood, lard, and oatmeal. It is generally served sliced and fried as part of a traditional English breakfast.
Spotted Dick is a suet pudding mixed with raisins and other dried fruits before cooking. It is usually served with custard, another great British invention made from eggs, sugar, and cream.
Bangers and mash is sausages with mashed potato.
Don't forget you can rewind the video to listen again and pause the video if it's going too fast. When you finish that, can you have a look at all of the words with the asterisks and put them in the column for if they end with id, d, or t. For example, shredded, is it shredded in the first column, or shredded, or shred? And then the same with dressed, is it dressed, dressed, or dressed? Then find the rest of the words ending with ed and decide if they are id, d, or t. So say them out loud to yourself and decide which column they should go in. So now for some grammar. Can you have a look at these sentences? And each one has at least one mistake. So can you look through them and correct each one. Now can you have a look at the food and drink habits worksheet and make a question for each one and then answer the question for you, and then you'll ask your teacher the question in your lesson. So what do you eat for breakfast? What do you drink for breakfast? When do you have breakfast? So you need to complete the question and then answer the questions. And there's also the crossword and word search. So if you've got time, then complete the crossword and you can go through the answers with your teacher. And then if you really like, you can do the word search. So in this lesson, you've learned how to talk about different categories of food and what food you like or don't like. You've also practiced how to go to the supermarket and buy your groceries.